My name is Sir Raphael, and I will be teaching you environmental studies for class 3. Now, everybody, take out your Wonder World Environmental Studies, book 3, and we shall continue with the third lesson, the green earth, and turn with me to page 22 of lesson 3, the green earth. Right? Now, let us read. Guess the age. Some trees grow over hundreds of years. If you cut the trunk of a tree, you will see rings in the wood. Each ring stands for a year of the tree's life. Banyan trees drop roots from the branches that reach the ground to make a new tree. These new trees are joined to the old tree. At times, old and new trees join together to form a tree as big as a large room with a roof made of leaves. At the botanical gardens near Kolkata, there is a banyan tree which is almost 300 years old. Yes, now trees can grow to to a very, very, very old age, right? They can grow for hundreds and hundreds of years, right? The age of a tree sometimes by the rings in the wood when you cut the trunk, right? When you cut when you cut the trunk of the tree, you will see rings in the wood, and you can guess the age of the tree by counting the rings. And also, some old banyan trees drop roots from the branches, right? They will drop roots from the branches and reach the ground to make a completely new tree. Yes, these trees can be very old, right? And some old trees are as big as a large room with a roof made of leaves. And some trees can grow up to like 300 and 400 years old. Now, moving on, leaves. Plants make their own food when they get air, water, and sunlight. What do they need? Air, water, and sunlight. Plants absorb water and other nutrients from the soil through the roots. The stem carries the nutrients to the leaves. The green leaves use sunlight to make food for the plant. So the leaves are called a plant's kitchen. Yes, the leaves, they make food, right, using sunlight and also the nutrients from the soil through the roots. Now look at this next word, chlorophyll. CHLOROPHYLL. Yes, the spelling is a bit hard, so you will have to practice that spelling. Chlorophyll, it's pronounced chlorophyll, right? Now let us read. Chlorophyll is a pigment. Look at the word pigment also. Pigment. Pigment. Present in all green plants. It gives them the green color and helps them to make food. The method used by green plants to make food using sunlight is called, look at the word, photosynthesis. Let us say it together. Photosynthesis. 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 Yes, you will have to learn the spellings of the words chlorophyll, photosynthesis. New words we have learned. Right? So, what is photosynthesis? The method used by green plants to make food using sunlight. Right? That is photosynthesis. Leaves help the plant to breathe. Right? Leaves help the plant to breathe. These are very small holes in the leaves called, look at the word, stomata. STOMATA. Plants breathe through these holes. Now these plants, they have very tiny holes called stomata, and they absorb, the plants absorb gases, and they absorb also sunlight, and the chlorophyll helps the leaves through the process of photosynthesis to make food out of sunlight and nutrients. And also the stomata, the stomata in the leaves helps the plant to breathe. What does the stomata do? It helps the plant to breathe. Very good. Carbon dioxide is required for plants to make food. During photosynthesis, plants take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. We should always plant trees around us so that we can breathe clean air. Right, so what we learned about human beings, what we breathe in, what do we breathe in? Oxygen, right? We breathe in oxygen, and what do we breathe out? Carbon dioxide. Now, the plants, they take in, during photosynthesis, they take in carbon dioxide and they give out oxygen, right? So it is very important to plant trees all around our houses, or you can keep plants in the house also. How many of you keep plants in the house? Yes, it's very important to help us breathe easier, right? Moving on. Now, plants that are not green in color cannot make their own food. Now, mushrooms and yeast are some such plants. Mushrooms grow on other plants. Yeast grow on dead animals or vegetables. Now, have you ever seen a mushroom? What color is a mushroom? It's not green, right? And yeast are small plants. And mushrooms grow on other plants, and yeast grow on dead animals or vegetables, right? They are not green in color, so they cannot make their own food. Shapes and sizes of leaves. Leaves have different shapes and sizes. When plants need to save water, the leaves are small. Some plants have leaves from which new plants grow. The bryophyllum, look at the word bryophyllum, BRYOPHYLLUM. The bryophyllum plant grows from its own leaves. Moving on. Some plants have leaves modified into thorns to prevent the loss of water. Right? Have you ever seen a cactus? Do you know what a cactus is? Yes, the cactus has many prickly thorns, and the cactus plant modifies its leaves into spines, right? Into thorns, in order to prevent the loss of water. Let us continue reading. Plants like cacti store water in their thick stems. The lotus has hollow stems and broad leaves that allow the plant to float on water. Right? Have you ever seen a lotus? Do you know what a lotus is? Yes, it is a plant that grows on the water. The lotus has hollow stems, yes? The hollow stems and broad leaves that allow the plant to float on water. So, what allows the lotus to float on water? The hollow stems and the broad leaves. Now, moving on. Leaves make the soil fertile. Leaves fall from some trees in the dry season. Get enough water. Fallen leaves and dead plants rot and mix with the soil. Dry and fallen leaves must not be burnt because smoke makes the air dirty. Yes. Sometimes we burn dry and fallen leaves, but we should not do that because it makes the air dirty, and then we can get sick from the air gets polluted, right? And we can get sick from the smoke. We should dig a pit in the ground and bury the leaves. This is called a compost pit. Look at the word compost pit. COMPOST. What is a compost pit? Yes, we should dig a pit, a hole in the ground, and bury the leaves instead of burning them. And after some time, the leaves will rot to form humus. We can use it to fertilize the soil. So, what is humus? Humus is when the leaves rot, dry and fallen leaves, and then we use it to fertilize the soil. That is what humus is. HUMUS. Right? Moving on to page 24. Leaves are useful. Some leaves are eaten as vegetables. What kind of vegetables do you eat that are leafy? Mint and coriander leaves are used to make chutney. Mehendi or henna is crushed and used to decorate hands and feet, usually during weddings and festivals. Many leaves are used to make medicines. Oil from the eucalyptus leaves is used to cure common cold. Right? Have you ever smelt eucalyptus leaves? Have you ever had a cold? Mummy or daddy would have helped you with eucalyptus leaves sometimes. The oil from eucalyptus leaves, right? They help us with cold. Tulsi or basil leaves are used as medicines, right? So the leaves have many uses. Some are for eating, some are for decorating hands and feet, like mehendi. Some are for medicines, right? Some are for using curing cold, right? And some are used to keep away insects, right? Leaves have many uses. Neem leaves are crushed and used as antiseptic to fight infections. Now, have you ever fallen down and got injured? Have you ever accidentally cut your hand or your leg? Yes, neem leaves are crushed and used as antiseptic to treat the wounds. So, neem leaves are also very useful as medicinal leaves to eat, and it helps fight a lot of diseases. Now, let us keep reading. They help keep insects away and are used to store woolens safely. Leaves are used to make disposable food containers. Many people use banana leaves as plates. Leaves are also used to make roofs of some kacha houses. You may have seen in the on the countryside, or maybe mummy and daddy have taken you on a trip somewhere, and you've driven on the countryside. You will see the houses. The roofs are made from banana leaves, right? And sometimes banana leaves can be also used for plates to keep to contain food. Mango leaves are used for decoration. They are tied in a garland and hung across doors during weddings and used in various religious events. Leaves and flower petals are used beautiful rangoli patterns on the floor during festivals, right? So leaves can also be used for decoration around houses. Yes, you will see them in many on many occasions like weddings, and also in many festivals, right? Religious festivals. And also leaves and flowers can be used to make rangoli patterns, and also you may have seen rakhis also, right? So they use leaves and flowers for that as well. And yes, so leaves have many uses as well. They're used for eating, right? Like lettuce. Have you ever eaten lettuce? Do you like eating lettuce? Right? So leaves can be used for eating. They can be used for medicine. They can be used for decorations, and so many other things, right? Now let us sum up what we have learned in both parts. There are different types of plants around us. Trees, herbs, creepers, and climbers are a few types of plants that we see around us. Varied plants grow in places with different climatic conditions. They have special features to survive in their surroundings, right? They grow in different climatic surroundings. We get fruits, vegetables, wood, medicines, oil seeds, fragrances, and other things from plants. The leaves are a very important part of the plant. They make food for the plant. Leaves get their green color from the pigment chlorophyll. Yes, do you remember chlorophyll? Yes, it is what makes the the plant green. And six, we should utilize the dead leaves to make compost. How do we make compost? Yes, we dig a pit. Yes, you remember, we dig a pit and then we take all the dry leaves and the rotten leaves then pit, and we make compost, right? Now, for homework, I would like you to do exercises A, B, C, and D on pages 25 and 26 of your textbook, to be submitted by next Friday, the 28th of August. All right? And thank you for joining me, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.